Low bar back squat. Slightly different to the high bar because it's going to quite literally be a little bit lower on your back. I get Brianna to go underneath the bar and show you the position. So hands onto the bar, pull yourself underneath. Same principles apply with how wide you're going to have your hands. You want them as narrow as you can that your shoulders will allow. If your elbows are tucking underneath and your wrists are bending, then you're going to need to take your hands slightly wider. And what we want to do is get into a strong position where these fists aren't too bent and that we can drive the elbow back up. As close as your shoulders will allow. For Brianna, that's a bit closer because she's got good shoulder mobility. There's no right or wrong, it's all dependent on your own shoulders. Bit lower on the bar, so what you're going to feel on the back of your deltoid, on the back of your shoulder, when you drive your elbow up, it's going to create a shelf, and you're going to feel a slight ball of muscle pull up, and that's exactly where we want that bar to sit on, across that bit of muscle on the back of the delt. Nice tight grip on the bar, elbows up, and then you're going to lift that bar away out the rack. So the position of a low bar back squat is going to be slightly different to a high bar back squat. Usually we get our feet in a wider position when we're on a low bar because it's a more hip dominant movement and we need some more space for those hips. The bar's lower on the back, which means that the direction of the bar is traveling in a different position as it was to high bar. So we don't require as much knee over toe to keep that bar straight. So what you're going to find is that Brianna is going to break at the hips a little bit more and sit back into it more with a bit less forward knee progression. So I'll get her to break into the squat, control down, and as you can see the angle of her body is going to be slightly more forward than on a high bar, which is going to be a little bit more upright. The whole time what we're aiming to do is keep that bar in line with our mid-foot. So as it travels down the body, we want to keep it over the mid-foot, so under this position here. Big breath in, brace, break at the hip and the knee still, but slightly more hip break this time. So it's a little bit more emphasis on the hips, less forward knee progression. So the knees are traveling less over the toes, which means there's more hip because the bar is further on your back. And that is the low bar back squat.